Frequent flyer, fly, la 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 la. Frequent fly is back.
What's up? You checking out the Frequent Flyer. Welcome back to the channel. Smash the like button to show your support. If you're new to the channel, I'd like to extend the warmest welcome. I'm back out here with this plane, y'all. Back out here on the side of the parking lot. My car is down, so I really can't get it to the field right now. So I'm just trying to show you guys this guy in the air as much as I can. And so one thing I have done is, the most significant thing I did was that I added an XT30 connection, and I only did that because I wanted to see how this thing can fly, how well it'll fly with a heavier battery. And I didn't have a battery with that JST connection that can fit in there, and I did have one with this connection because I swapped them all over to XT30, so I had to do this one as well. And the reason why I want to fly it with a heavier battery, because this little plane seems to be severely tail heavy. I've tried balancing it from here, these two, the leading wing right there at the bottom. It's gonna say that it's nose heavy because the wing is back a little, so I did the most forward position wing, and it's severely tail heavy. And so I just want to add some weight to the front and see if that helps it fly a little better. And also I did increase the throws on the elevator, and let me see, where is it? There it is, right there, on the elevator and the yaw. And so this guy is set with the most throw that it can give on all surfaces now, and everything else is still stock. It's the same stock prop and all. I was saying early that this prop right here was a little small, and I think that it would benefit with a larger prop. And so eventually I'm going to swap out that prop for a larger prop, but I had to take advantage of this day. It's no wind out here, literally no wind, so I just wanted to get it out here and fly it. I'm flying it with the boxer transmitter. Let's get it in the air. Didn't have enough room inside to keep the leads inside yet, so the leads are going to be outside, creating a little bit of drag. Hopefully not too much though. And I figure increasing the throws should give me a tighter turn, being that I'm dealing with this tight space to fly in. So let's get it in the air if we can. Ah! I'm gonna have to toss it, y'all, because I have no yaw authority. These little push rods, they tend to pop off after a crash, so be careful of that. See if I can get them back on. Yeah, we're just gonna toss it in here. Get it up to speed. Had to get my hands back on the sticks. Oh! And no, it's too nose heavy now. And that was a pretty hard crash, pretty dramatic. Sheesh. One of the little push rods popped off. And yeah, this battery is way too heavy. Let me let y'all know what size battery I have in there. Or it could be because I had the yaw at the most yaw that I can get. I think that might be a little too much yaw. So I am going to throw it in the air again, but let me let you guys know what size battery this was. And it looks like no damage. That was a pretty hard crash too, y'all. Look at it. Still doesn't look like it really took any damage. Just the prop a little bit. Struts popped off and all. But this battery is an 800 milliamp hour battery. So we're at twice the size. I'm going to put it in the air again, but I'm going to change the yaw back to the least we can get. I think the yaw might have been a little too much. The rudder, that is. Nah. It's too much weight on it. Too much weight on it. Little push rod popped off again. Yeah, I'm gonna beat this thing up if I keep trying to toss it in the air with this heavy battery on it. I think it's the battery for sure. All right, y'all, I'm back. I admit that I was tripping with that 800 milliamp hour pack in there, but this is the real reason that I wanted to bring this guy out here to try it on this 3S pack. You know, this is the only 3S that I have that'll fit in there, and it has an XT30 on it. And so now we got an XT30 on that, and this will be a little lighter. This is a 300 milliamp hour, and so I'm figuring this should be just the right weight that we need. We have a 3S instead of a 2S, so it might be a tiny bit heavier than the original stock pack. I'm going to put the weight of that in there too. You know, I'm going to weigh it before and include it in this video, so we should know the weight across here. But let's get this guy in the air for the sake of science. I had to get rid of some of the foam down in there too, inside the battery bay, in order to get this to fit in there a little better. Whoa! Ah! Okay, so I have no idea what it is, but this thing is flying like a brick. I'm not getting any real deflection or anything. Let's see. Yeah, it's not giving me that much deflection at all. Is it on low rates or something? I don't know. It's barely turning at all. Is it? Let me see. Is it? It might be the push rods. Let me see. Pop them back off again. They're on pretty tight now. When I switched it around to a different direction, and now they don't even pop off when you. They don't even pop off when I crash. So it's been flying like a brick though, y'all. I don't know if we're barely getting any aileron. Let's try it one more time. Okay, we're in the air now on 3S. Yeah, she's acting really weird. I'm gonna bring her down. Oh man. Yeah, she's not controlling right, guys. I don't know what it is with her. I think I finally chipped a piece of foam off of this thing. A tiny piece right there. I keep hitting that wing. But man, this little guy is flying really weird, to say the least. It's not staying in the air. There's virtually no wind, so I can't blame it on the wind or anything. I don't know, man. When I get it up to speed, it seems like it's flying well, but then I don't have any control as far as the the ailerons. I don't know if it's because of these push rods being stiffer, a little more stiff. I think that might be it. Let me try to switch them around the other way. We're not going to give up yet, y'all. Okay, so we popped it on the easier direction. We're going to give it one more shot, y'all. One more shot. Such a beautiful plane, you just don't want to give up on it, right? I think that's what it is with me. Why I'm even giving it so many chances. Okay, it is flying better now. I think it was the push rods. Yeah, it's flying better. Huh? No, not when everything's set up right. Okay, so it's flying better now. You would think that it was hard to steer the way it was flying before. So we're flying it on 3S, people. It's definitely got more power. Let's see if we can do a roll. Man, it did a roll and looked like it lost all the speed, but still was able to pull it out because of the 3S power. And she's flying a lot faster. And I'm flying her higher as a result. Let me see. Yeah, she's flying better now. Giving me enough throw and everything. Let me try a roll. Sheesh. Oh my goodness, I'm losing the speed. Oh man. Alright y'all, so I retrieved it and it's still intact. This is a very durable plane, to say the least. Only little scuff that I got, well, only damage that I have is just minor scuffs. The prop is chewed to bits. And we got that little scuff right there on the lower wing, right there on the edge of it. And other than that, this thing is still sitting pretty. Still a beautiful plane. I ran into some problems up there. I stalled it, and this 3S power did help it out a lot. I was able to get away with mistakes and everything, and it was the 3S power was able to pull me out of the mistakes. The first mistake, I think, was to put this elevator to the most throw that we can get, as well as the yaw, but I changed the yaw back to the least throw because we were getting pretty decent throw with the yaw. I keep saying yaw, I mean to say rudder. With the rudder, I was already getting a lot of throw with the rudder and the elevator, and so I had no need to switch it to the most throw that we can get. But I just wanted to see what was going to happen for the sake of science. But we found out that we don't need this much throw on the elevator, and so what happened was when I tried to do that loop, it had too much throw on the elevator and it did a flip. And so when I came out of the flip, I lost all of my speed, but the 3S power that we were doing for the sake of science was able to pull us out, get us out of that trouble. I was able to get my speed back up, you know, something I doubt would be possible with the stock 2S pack. And so the last mistake that I made was to stall it. I actually stalled it turning too tight and everything, using the elevator and all with the ailerons, and I turned it too tight, and I kind of stalled it, and I was trying to use the 3S power to get me out of that, and it was working, but I didn't have enough room, so I bailed and it hit the gate over there. I didn't want to destroy it. I was afraid of a nosedive, but it came out pretty decent, you know, pretty unscathed, whatnot. Just the prop right there is beat up pretty bad now, but if I'm not mistaken, there's an extra prop in the package there. And so one thing we have found out with this little plane is that it does work with 3S, does fly on 3S. So if you can find a 3S pack small like this with a JST connection on it, you know, then you can fly this guy with 3S. I would recommend the 300 milliamp hour pack because it's close to the weight of the original one. If you're going to go higher, I don't know if it's going to fit in the plane and whatnot. This one is pretty skinny. This is a drone battery. But I have a few more of those, maybe at least one more, you know, for sure. So I will fly this again probably at a field, an open field with that 3S, and it should be more fun there and everything. This plane does fly with 3S. I was riding the throttle a little longer than I probably should have, and it didn't burn out, people. This guy works perfectly fine. All of the electronics seem to work fine with 3S. You know, I pretty much rode the 3S all the way out, you know, the whole flight. And when I got into the flip, I had to keep the throttle up to try to save the plane from the stall, from losing its speed or whatnot. But anyhow, works with 3S. The XK A310, beautiful plane. Might be a little tail heavy. Works with 3S though. And if you get it to a big field, it's a nice flying plane. But if you fly it where bonehead frequent flyer is flying it at, you know, in this small space, because I can't really get to the field right now, my car's down, it's gonna not do so well, because you really can't make tight turns with this guy. You got to keep the speed up with it. It's pretty heavy. It's made of EPP foam. It's very durable. That's the trade-off. You know, you're gonna be able to crash this guy a bunch of times, like you saw me crashing it out here in the concrete jungle. So imagine if I was on some grass, it probably would not even get scuffed up at all. And the props will be still good, unless you're going to be hitting some trees, but that's another story. But that makes it a little heavy, and it might be tail heavy. I've seen a video where somebody put some weight in here. They put like a quarter or something underneath the nose protection there, and they said it flew better, but I didn't try that yet. I guess that could be our next video, maybe, for the sake of science. I'll probably fly it with 3S and some weight right there, you know, and see if that balances everything out. The 800 milliamp hour pack, the 2S pack, was a no-no. Don't do that. You're going to be nose heavy, and you're going to nose down all the time. But let me get out of here, y'all. The XK A310 biplane. Thanks for watching.